If you're a VA struggling to land your first job, or you manage to get one job and after that job you've not been able to get another one, this video is for you. I'll be sharing my strategy with you. I have 2 jobs currently running, and I've also done a couple of other small side projects, and I'm still going. So let's go into the video. Welcome back, besties. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Ella and I'm a virtual assistant. I share my virtual assistant's journey on here, and I also share helpful tips for beginners and those already on the journey as well. Okay, let's get straight into today's business. So the virtual assistance industry right now is saturated. Let's not lie to ourselves, right? But then again, are people getting jobs? Yes, people are still getting jobs, but it's much more about strategy now, not just your skills, right? Because check out, you that is watching me right now, you're still struggling to land a job, but you have the skill, you know how to do things, but you just haven't gotten a job. Yes, I know there are people who are not really or fully prepared. For example, you don't have you don't have a profile on any of the professional platforms talking about what you do, right? You don't even actively apply to jobs. Even when you apply to jobs, you don't put in your best, you just do it for doing sake. There are people who belong to that category. Those are not the people I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about you that is putting in all the needed effort, doing everything you can. Your profiles are up to date, everything is on point, but you still haven't been able to land a job, or you managed to get a job and you are super happy. Now that job is done, you can't find another one. So before I share my strategy, let me talk about myself for a few minutes. I'm currently handling 2 jobs, and one of my clients, I've been working with him for a year and about a year, 4 months now. The other one, I've been working with him for about 4-5 months now. I've done a couple of other small jobs along the way, right? I'm using myself as an example so that it doesn't seem like I'm saying things I read online. So these are some of the strategies that I have been applying on Upwork, especially that time that I had 0 reviews, 0 clients. I don't usually target big jobs because most of the big jobs, they want you to submit your portfolio, or they are trying to see if you have any review. You don't have. Most times they just look at you and pass. So I wanted the one that my chance of getting the job will be higher. So I target those small jobs, those ones that sometimes the pay is just small. You know those jobs now. So most people run away from, like, I can't do that job, especially people who have already started earning big. They wouldn't want to settle for such small jobs. So I apply to those jobs, and when I'm doing it, I do it so well that the clients will give me good reviews. This works for me. Like I said, I've done so many small projects, both on Upwork and off Upwork. So when I do this job, I do it so well that the clients will be so happy and they'll give me a good review. That review is what matters to me the most, and the experience that I've gotten, adding that I've done one job, So I put that first. And then another thing that I do is that from time to time, I check out jobs that I see. And any job post that I see that the proposals for those jobs are usually small, I used to think, that means people are not really, interested in this kind of jobs, or maybe the people in this niche are just few. I go over my profile. I will now make changes. I'll make changes to my profile, based on the research that I have done. First of all, because like I said, I'll look around first. I'll just type job titles that come to my head and see the jobs and the amount of proposals that are normally there. So after checking, I'll then say, oh, let me try these kind of jobs. I'll switch everything up and I'll start trying. And that was how I landed myself in the influencer research niche that I am currently working on. Now, remember, as a VA, we are versatile. We can do a lot of things. Even if we have one area that we want to specialize, we have the skills that can enable us, to still switch to something else. And if you've watched some of my videos, I always say it, having a niche is okay, but you should still be able to do other things. So from time to time, you can switch to something else. If one is not working for you, you switch to the second. That time I noticed that those kind of jobs, just few persons were applying. So I changed my profile and I got a couple of jobs in that niche where I have to search for influencers. Sorry, it's more of lead generation and outreach. So I'll search for influencers online and then put in their details and reach out to them. Let me not go into too much details. Maybe if you want more information about that, you can drop it in the comments. So I switched my profile title to lead generation, influencer lead generation. I noticed that I started getting invites. I was getting invites. There was a time, like 2 days, 3 days, I'll be getting invites from. Geez, I was so happy. Meanwhile, while I was just there before, no invites. So I was like, aha, this is what I'll be doing. Another thing that I do is I don't use the same job title across all my professional platforms. Yes, virtual assistant will be there on my profile. I'm going to attach other things to it. You all know how we write our titles now. I've talked about how to do that before too. So if you go to my LinkedIn, you're going to see I'm a virtual assistant, but the kind of services I'm providing there is slightly different from what I am doing on Upwork. This is not to confuse you, myself, or clients, but this is because I always take my time to observe. If you go to LinkedIn, you see that virtual assistants are massive. Everybody's profile looks like the expert, the professional, and all of that. I want to stand out. So I try to offer a different kind of services. I try to do something different that sets me apart from others. Now, on my LinkedIn, I'm building something else. On my Upwork, my profile is something else. If you go to Indeed, my profile has something else. These are strategies that I use because you can't have same thing everywhere, because each of these platforms is saturated. If you search for VA, you will find hundreds, if not thousands of VA. So you must do something that makes you different, that makes you stand out. You can pick a service that makes you stand out. If you see a job for an administrative virtual assistant, before you know it, 50 proposals already. So you must think outside the box. Think of any other service that you can offer, and before doing that, you can do a quick research on the platform first. If we're using Upwork, for example, if you just think, maybe I want to be doing UGC content, user-generated content. Okay. While I have virtual assistant, user-generated content, some other thing you put there. Now, if somebody is looking for a virtual assistant that can still do content, you're going to stand out for them much more than someone that has just virtual assistant administrative tag. I don't know if you're getting the point, but you can ask your question in the comments and I'll answer, because I don't want to go off point, right? And I hope you're gaining value. Just before I move forward, if you've not subscribed, this is the right time to do that. Please subscribe, like this video, drop your comments, and share. Thank you so much. All right, so let's proceed. So these are the little things that I do that has, been helping me. So why people were complaining, it's not like I'm I'm overly satisfied with what I have. I still want more, but I'm still in a good place. And another thing is this: even if you have a job, don't stop searching, because you don't know when that client will post that contract, or you know, just not be in need of your services anymore. You can have to be on the lookout for other opportunities, even when you already have a job. This will help you, have options. So while you're still doing this job, you're still applying. If you eventually get a second one, you add it to the one you're doing. If you still have time, you still apply. You still keep on applying. That is what I do. I have two jobs. The time is flexible, so I can still do other things that I need to do. So one small bonus point before I go: if you know that you don't have stable electricity or a backup, don't take full-time jobs. I'm serious. It's going to frustrate you. Because when you don't have light and you have a full-time job that you have to be online for about 8 hours a day through the week, if you don't do that job well, you're going to end up getting a very bad review. And that bad review will hinder your future jobs from coming. For platforms like Upwork, where reviews are there for everyone to see, your job success score will drop, and that negative review will make other clients not to reach out to you, because the last client didn't say something good about you. So besties, we've come to the end of today's video. If there's any question on your mind, or there's anything that you would want me to explain more, just comment about it in the comment section. I'll answer you there, or I can make a new video, one full video dedicated to you. I don't mind, right? Thank you so much for watching. Please do well to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that. Like this video so it can get to as many people that needs it. And most importantly, I hope that you've gained value, and with this video you've gotten some ideas that you can implement that will help you land your first job or your second job even.